Joe Rizzo here with the coach, Jeremy Jacobus. Rockets fall 6-4 to the Islanders on the road on a Sunday evening, and you had a lot of offense, but for the first time really this season, I felt like it looked like the defense didn't give you as what you were expecting, as opposed to maybe some of the other games.
Well, this is a tough interview to do, Joe Rizzo, and I'm going to tell you why. Because there isn't a bone in my body that doesn't think that we should have beat that team out there today. And I just told the girls in the locker room, if you don't take advantage of beating a team like that when you can, it's going to be a long season. We cannot play to a team's level. I've said it before, and I think that we did that today. When we walked out of that locker room and got ready to play this game, I said to all the coaches on the way over the bench, that team is completely flat. Luckily enough, the other team came out flat. We were able to stay competitive with them. But again, I really think that we all 100% not ready to play that game.
Yeah, there were just a lot of, especially the second period is when it seemed to unravel. The first period actually looked like, the score was 2-1, yes, but you were getting the better of the play. You had more of the possession. That completely flipped in the second period. Fed the points frequently, a lot of open backdoors, two players behind the last Rocket, offensively at the net, and a lot of easy opportunities where Emma didn't really have much of a chance on them.
Yeah, that's true, and because they were getting in behind our defense in the third period, we had to make both of our centers on both lines stay in the front of the net and help the defense out, which doesn't allow us to sometimes break out of the zone with fire, right? We only have two forwards high. So, again, a move that I didn't even think was necessary, but it was necessary because of how the game was going. And, I've said it once and I'll say it again. Once you give a team open doors, all you're doing is feeding their confidence. And once their confidence starts to get high, you start to get on your heels, and the game goes when it does. But again, I'm going to say it again. There's not a time that I didn't think that we could beat that team, and we should have come here and beat that team today.
What were you thinking when you got to within 5-4? It seemed like you were still pressing, and on the goal that made it 6-4, you're taking really a proper chance at that point. I know there's still maybe a few minutes left in the game, but you have to have your defenseman pinch at that point. Had you given them the go-ahead to just, hey, go play more offensively, we're down?
Well, we've been trying to get the defense to be more offensive-minded, especially when we have clean possession in the offensive zone. How about our power play? We got 2 power play opportunities today, and I don't even know that we connected a pass on the power play. So, if that's not going to happen, you've just taken 4 minutes out of the game. That was extremely good opportunity to even things up on the scoreboard and get yourself back in the game and perhaps shift the momentum. But when...
I'm going to correct you on something. You actually scored 2 power play goals on the 2 full power plays that you had. Now, they could have been, one of them was a sort of, it was a play by Izzy intercepted a pass in the zone and scored one, and the other one, Amanda and Rizzo rushed, and Rizzo had it behind the net and sent it in front to Amanda. So you did score twice on the power play.
I think that what I was referring to was the power play time inside the zone. Those 2 plays happened on not possession inside the offensive zone.
Yes, that
so
is.
When we did have 2 or maybe 3 offensive zone face-offs for the power play, we quickly hot potatoed a puck, did not make a pass, and I stand corrected that we did get power play goals, but not in the fashion that we were looking for. We're looking to have possession down in the offensive zone there, and we gave it up rather quickly. Again, there was times today where we did not get the puck deep, and we gave it up at the blue line. My point is that if we dot the I's and cross the T's on some little details, make a pass to somebody's stick when they're moving forward, communicate better so we're not dropping passes to nobody or the other team. I just said to the girls, when you make a mistake like that, ask yourself this: what if? What if I made a different decision there and that pass connected, or the communication happened and it got dropped to our own player who was there waiting for the puck? All of those what if chances have to be played in the game and not just in our heads, okay? So, again, I went over with the team about coming out flat, how that can hurt us, how we can be a little smarter with the puck and with possession and doing the things. Now, it's a learning experience. Every week we're going to learn something different and start to do something different. Last weekend we corrected a lot of stuff on Sunday in that game there, and I felt like we had a really good game in a 4-2 loss. Is that correct? Right? Completely different game compared to this one, 6-4, and we had some more chances in front. It could have easily been a tie game, right? So I just want the girls to bring a little more fire and a little more effort to the games collectively. I think that in the past, when we've done that, especially in the near past, it's been really good for us. And if we would have brought that today, I think the outcome would have been different.
Does it have to do with, you work on developing, right? Like that's your first thing as a coach at this level. You work on developing your players, and so many times you're working on systems or skills or skating and conditioning, any of those things, right? But very rarely as a coach, right, are you working on, hey, let's figure out how to win, right? Because that's usually in the grand scheme of things in development. Most of the time you're not as worried about the score, but sometimes you get to a game like this, and that's maybe your opportunity to say, hey, we got to teach you got to learn how to win. And
yeah, I think one thing that we were talking about with the coaches was just simply finishing, right? Sometimes you can't finish and put the cap on the game. The other team got momentum, and this is a game, right? Somebody has to win it. But I think that you could be in control of it more, of that winning part, by simply working hard and being fired up to play. That's the first part of it. If you don't bring that, I think it's hard to be competitive after that. But there was a few good positive notes, and we also cover those in the locker room. What we didn't do and what we did do. As far as some positive notes, I thought we got a lot of pucks around the net tonight. I thought that Kirsten, Lily, and Rizzo line got a lot of pucks in the net around the net in the third period and had quite a few chances actually. So that was a good thing. Izzy got herself a hat trick today, and even though there's 6 goals on the board, Emma makes really good saves today. So there's always a lot of things to build off of, but I think we have to bring a more complete game with us and be able to finish.
And then you got the tournament next weekend, so a couple of practices this week. And
is that a tournament? I think that's just
just
sleepover, right?
Yeah, it's just it's far. It's a drive.
Yeah, we're going to Virginia, and I just told the girls too. I said we're going to drive out to Virginia, play 2 hockey games, and drive home. So I think that we all know what we have to bring there to be competitive, and they agree. There isn't a girl in that locker room that doesn't agree we should have beat that team today and that we didn't show our best effort today. So that in itself makes me believe that they understand what it takes to do it. And last weekend, same thing. Saturday, we didn't have a good effort. We talked a lot on Saturday after the game, a lot before the game on Sunday, and came with a completely different effort. That other team was like, who is that? Who's that Rockets team they're playing on Sunday? That's not the same team we played yesterday. And the girls are getting it. So hopefully it just transpires to next weekend. That's really all I got today.
Rocket can't take off without fire. He's the one that always tells them to bring the fire. That's Coach Jeremy Jacobus. I'm Joe Rizzo from the Al Arbor Rink at Northwell Health Ice Arena at Eisenhower Park in East Meadow, New York on Long Island. Thanks for watching Rockets Hockey.
We got a big drive home, Joe Rizzo, so please drive safely.
You too.
A lot of crazy people out there.
You too.